Hello, I'm Carmen Victoria and welcome to the Bronx Journal. Have you ever wanted to produce your own TV show, but you weren't exactly sure where to start and what to do? Well, today we can find out from a Bronx resident who's not only a filmmaker, but a director, model, and an actress. Ebony Lewis started her own production company and soon began her own web series called TruthUnspoken, which was ranked one of the top 10 Black web series by Culture Star magazine. She's here today to tell us more about her work and her journey through the world of filmmaking. Ebony, welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
So tell us, how did you start with producing, filmmaking? Did you always do this, or?
Well, it's something that I always wanted to do, but I started really by accident because I was in finance, and then I just decided, well, before I was in finance, I wrote and I did some plays, but it was when I left finance that I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and just jump into the fire, and I got my first film project gig, or whatever you want to call it, when I applied to a job to be a assistant director for a music video. And I worked for free. I worked on my birthday, and after that, it just was like a flow of work.
So this basically began after you were modeling also.
Okay, so yeah, with the modeling too, I was modeling when I was still really young, a real young age, and so in between that, I still model. I still model to this day.
That's nice. You just do everything, huh? So basically, I seen that you wrote that you're basically a producer, a filmmaker, a director. What is the difference between that, or does it go hand in hand?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. The filmmaker is like an umbrella, and the director, the producer, line producer, they're all under that one umbrella. So, as for the director, it's more of the director's vision that, when you see him on set or him or her on set, they're directing their vision. The producer pretty much helps the director and the executive producers make it happen. Whatever the director may need to as far as location or just pretty much whatever. The producer's job is just to make it happen and produce. So without the producer, you couldn't have a film, there'll be no filmmaking, or a director, there'll be no filmmaking. So it's just like an umbrella, and it all comes under it.
Together, basically. So basically, what made you come up with the idea for the web series, the Truth Unspoken?
Truth Unspoken actually came, it was more of an accident. It wasn't something that was I was pondering on. It mostly came, I just wanted to build with my actor reel, which is like a 1-minute video of all your actor clips. I wanted to expand it. I wanted to get some new footage for it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna write something, and I had a friend who had a lot of equipment. So he was like, okay, well, you write, and then we'll have the equipment to shoot. I said, okay, fine. So I started writing, and I was like, this is getting really good, and I started getting real happy. I'm like, wait a second, I may have something here. So maybe,
So a lot of people enjoyed it, and it basically started off you said a short story, so to speak, and then
started off as a short,
expanded.
and then it expanded. I put it as a short. We did the film festival run. Then I decided to turn it into a web series, got into the WGA, Writers Guild of America, and then the audience just wanted more, so I expanded it to 9 episodes, and we have 13 now. Yeah.
Wow. So what is it about?
It's pretty much about a love story. It's about family, love, friends, and I write suspense. So it's about a man who wants to marry his woman, but realizes and finds out that she's been less than truthful to him. But she's not the only one with a secret. He has one too. So it's like the truth is revealed, but unspoken. So it's a suspense thriller. It will have you really wanting more, and it's a really great web series. It's a really great film. I have a whole sort of diversity in it. You can find everyone in it, and it's just a really great story.
Yeah, I've seen it, and it's actually really suspenseful and really cool. And you star as the main actress.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. So is this something that you planned, or is it's basically something that you originally said, I'm going to be the main actress, or is it something that you know, just came about?
Originally, I said, yeah, I'm going to be one of the main actresses.
Like, I produced it, I'm going to act in it, right?
I mean, that's what it's about. You know, when you're an actress or actor, you know, you have to produce the content that you want to be a part of. And I am a working actor. I'm like on commercials. I do a lot of, you know, TV shows as well. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and just make something that I could do as well. You know, it would be my niche, what I would be good at. And because I wrote it, you know, it all works. When I expanded it, though, I put my character less in it because it's just a lot of work to direct it.
Yeah, I'm sure,
and,
like,
and
do
be
everything.
in it at the same time, yeah.
So how did you get the other actors you did?
Well, I rented a space in Manhattan in the city. I rented a audition space for about 2-3 hours, and each time I had two different sets of audition, probably 4, but 2 each time I did I shot, and you know, just
You picked
auditioned
and chose,
and
yeah?
we chose the best one. My second auditions, I worked with a woman by the name of Winsome Sinclair, who has done a lot of Spike Lee's casting. She's a good friend of mine, so
She assisted you.
I was honored to have her there, just to get her opinion.
How long has this been going on for?
Well, I started writing in 2009, and we shot, and you know, everything was, we stopped shooting in 2011.
Wow.
But we were still putting on, you know, we still were putting out web series and just, you know, just having a great time, just shooting independently, having fun. And
so when is it that you exactly found out that you're like, okay, this is not a hobby. This is like something I'm going to do. This is going to be a living. This is going to be, you know, this is not something I'm just going to do for fun. This is something I actually want to, you know, pursue.
I found that out when I left my job.
What year was that? Or when was that?
That was end of 2006. I had to make it work. I was no longer in finance. I was making good money at a very young age, took the Series 7, you know, but it wasn't for me. So if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it full force. I'm going to go all the way in, and it pretty much has to work. I have my hands in a couple things. Like, you know, I'm acting, I'm also writing. I'm in all these unions, and I'm doing my thing now as a chef now. Oh, cool. You know, so yeah.
So I have a question. So like, did you find it harder to start, or do you find it harder to keep going?
That's
you know,
really
which is
really
which is more of a challenge?
Well, I would say to start definitely was a challenge. I think to start anything, because it's almost like the fear of the unknown, the fear of, am I going to be successful? You know, the audacity for me to write something and put it out there and think people are gonna like it. You know, it's kind of that fear is kind of with you. So yeah, the hardest thing is just to start. But once you start and you have good material and you hear all the feedback, it gets a little easier. And, you know you're dope. You know you're a good writer.
Like, that's me,
you know,
right?
Everyone loves your character and your actors and your production and your quality. You know, that's one thing I got. Everyone loved our quality. They were like, wow, this is amazing. Like, you know.
So what's the most important lesson that you've learned that's had like a positive effect on you?
Another great question. Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
just full of them.
Well, I would say that. Just being mindful of time, people's time, knowing that people's time is so valuable, you know, and learning to take my time a little bit more serious, because time is money, and time is people's time, which is precious. You don't get it back. So once you take that, and I put that into, you know, even in my meetings, I put that into when I'm leaving the house in the morning, I put that into being on set. And, you know, just everything I do timing is just really important.
So what are good attributes that make for like a good producer and a filmmaker? And how do you, you know, find a way to foster them?
Another good question. I would say that I will honestly say there's a lot, but I would say attention to detail is probably at the top of the list, because it's the detail and paying attention to detail that separates someone that's good and someone that's excellent. And it shows in the work. I'm striving for excellence. Can't be perfect. I don't think anyone is. But try to be excellent. So I would say, yeah, paying attention to detail. I try to do it in everyday life. And I'm getting better. I'm a lot better than I was a couple of years ago.
So basically with script writing. So you write a script and you know, start the process of, you know, shooting. How do you know when it's ready, you know, to shoot a scene? Like, how do you know after reading the script that you're like, okay, this is ready, it's time?
You just know when you can't do anything else. You know, you let people read it, you let them test it out, you let your actors read it. You ask them, hey, is there anything cloudy? Is there anything that you probably don't understand? And then, you know, you let it sit for a little bit, and then you go back in a week and see if there's any more. Are the characters speaking to you? You know, or is there anything else they want to say?
You're just a busy person. So how do you find the time to juggle all this? Like, how do you find the time to be a writer, a producer, and then, you know, you say you still model, and then, you know, you act. You know, how do you find the time to put this all together?
One day at a time, 1 minute at a time. Just do it. I don't have any kids. So it's like, go, 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 go. Prioritize. And the same thing about timing. You just, if I was to just look at everything that I do and I've done, and there's so much more I want to do, but if I look at it and see and even consider how I'm going to get it done, it's going to be very intimidating. It's going to be kind of, you know, like, can I do this? So but if I just do it.
Do you still find it intimidating, like doing all this work and, you know, even when you write new scenes for like the web show, are you confident about it now, or are you kind of like still like, you know, I hope everyone enjoys? You still feel nervous?
I think once you lose that, I hope everyone enjoys it, it's time to move on to the next, you know, career. I mean, I'm always going to have that, you know, but I know I'm a great writer. I'm confident. I'm very confident, but it's still, you know, are people going to like it? You know, it keeps you hungry, it keeps you motivated, and it keeps you wanting to do the best. Because sometimes you could tell, like in a lot of people's work, some people's work, when they get a little lazy, you know, and it shows. It's like, what's up with this movie? This wasn't good.
Now, even though I know you basically are like a huge part of your web series, you know, you do like everything, but you have a team. You know, you're a collaborator. You collaborate with a team of people to keep this going. How do you keep your relationship strong with them? Like,
well, I just, you know, I try to just be myself with them. I'm just the coolest person ever. No, I'm a really nice person though, you know. And so they actually like me. They're like, I want to work with Ebony. You know, she's cool. I always assure them that I know what I'm talking about. Confidence is really key when you're running a set and being a director. And then there's confidence, and then there's a very fine line of having confidence. But it's still very important to be likable. For me, some people don't care, but
you don't want to let it. There's people who let it get too much to their head, right? It's just.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some people can't really take pressure. I don't know how people handle it. But, you know, I'm one to be real confident, be real direct, but be real nice about it. My sets are always family orientated. People come on the set and they feel so good. Any problems that they had, it's gone. Like, it's just like a family on my sets.
It's great. So what advice would you give to anyone who wants to do filmmaking, who wants to produce, who wants to direct? Like, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them to go ahead and do it. Like, right now more than ever, it's so easy, you know, to make a movie. You can make it on your phone, your iPhone. It's not like back in the day where you needed like a couple $1 million to get film, and you know what I mean? For the camera, they used to use like real film and stuff. It's just go out and do it. I would say also surround yourself around people that are doing it. I would say you got to learn, be willing to work for free, you know, be willing to shadow people and just be around people, and
I'm so sorry to cut you off. Like, this is interesting. You've let us know so much about producing, and thank you so much for coming. So where can we find you?
Oh, you could just find me at, look me up on Facebook, Ebony J. Lewis. My email address, ebonyjlewis@yahoo. Twitter at Ebony J. Lewis. Ebony J. Lewis.
Well, thank you so much, Ebony. It's been a pleasure.
Check out the web series on YouTube. Please, YouTube, just search Truth Unspoken series and it'll come up.
Fabulous show. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
It was great being here.
So stay tuned for more on the Bronx Journal.